Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 9 for the event Abroad Travel. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who traveled abroad a few times. And one time it was for the short trip for the job and like on-site we can say. And the next travel for for some longer duration for 1 or 2 years in abroad was working. Then he lost the job and returned homeland. And these are all happening in the same dasa, in a different book this. And in the same dasa, in another favorable book, he traveled abroad for a job. And still, until today, we are on September 2023, he is still working there for about more than 7 years in the same company, in the same location in Singapore. So now what we have to look into this chart is very interesting chart. It will be a good chart for learning a lot of rules, and whatever we discussed, you can find in this chart. One thing is destiny. We have to find how far the destiny is supported for the native to travel abroad and also coming back, all these things. And the dasa lord, importantly. The dasa, at the time he was traveling, all the travels he initiated during that Rahu dasa. Karaga planet, it is fine. But if you check that Rahu's rulers, that Dasa Lord will not have the favorable key planets of the destiny in its rulers. Because importantly, all the favorable strong key planets of the destiny all will be free planets. Since they are all free planets, their role is limited. They cannot act as the star lord for all the planets, but they can act only as the sublord, or that planet alone will be playing role. So, but that sublord also, we cannot expect many planets will be there in the sub of these favorable key planets of their destiny. But that Rahu Dasa, star level and sub level, if you check the rulers, it can have one key planet in the 2A level or 4th level. But the main rulers are not having the favorable key planets. As I said, it is because the planets or favorable key planets are free planets. But the favorable key planets will be supporting these Rahu Dasa rulers by supports. You understand? So the supports will be giving, provided that Rahu, the rulers, are having favorable key planet, not for the event, for the Lagna. It is having favorable houses to the Lagna, especially Lagna is playing, and other favorable houses to the Lagna if it is playing, and supportive houses to the event also it is playing. It is not having any unfavorable grouping, but it is having favorable houses to the Lagna, and those favorable key planet in support, they are able to influence, or this planet is able to get the support of the favorable key planets from the supports. That makes that dasa is supportive for the event during its dasa. So role of the favorable key planet is playing role in the dasa by way of supports only. Now, when Bugdi Lord, if unless and otherwise you take this way, if you look at the Dasa Lord, you will not be able to identify Dasa Lord is strong enough to support for the travel abroad. Because it will not indicate 3, 9, or 12 signification if you look at planet, star Lord, or sublord. You understand? So this we have to keep it in mind. When the destiny is fixed, destiny is supportive for that. Find the favorable key planets of the destiny. If the Dasa Lord is having the favorable key planets of the destiny in the rulers, it is not there. Check in the supports if they are present. And this Dasa Lord is having supportive key planets to the Lagna and also to the event, and these favorable key planet in support will favor the Dasa to favor for the event. But when it is going to happen, definitely in the strong Bugdi Lord, which is not there in the Dasa. If the Bugdi Lord should have that favorable key planets of the destiny in its rulers, along with that, the key planets of the Dasa Lord, which are the favorable key planets we are telling, no, the supportive key planets, which are ruling the Dasa Lord, should be there in the Bugdi Lord also, along with that strong favorable key planet, which is missing there in the Dasa Lord, will be there in the Bugdi Lord. So Bugdi Lord should be the strongest one. Among that Bugdi, the Antra Lord, which is having either favorable key planets of the Bugdi Lord, which is present in the Antra Lord, or that Antra Lord will have that key planets of the Bugdi And also it can have some unfavorable key planets also. The Antara Lord can have unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord also can have. Because of that, it cannot act as the Buddhi Lord. But that Antara Lord, if it is having the favorable key planet of the Buddhi Lord, and also it is having the other favorable key planet in support, it can act as the Antara Lord under the Buddhi. These points until I explained in the lesson number I hope 15 under part number 4 or 5. I mean, in DBA, when we are talking about the important rules to be kept in mind in Dasa Bhukti Antara predictions analysis, I have given that these points that you would have gone through that. You please go through those points. That will be more useful. So now let us examine now the importance of the key planets and importance of the pilt connections. We have to keep it in mind, and importance of the support planets in the solar, and also the Buddhi Lord should be the strongest one. Now let us examine the birth chart now. Example number 9, abroad travel for job. Now let us examine the birth chart. This is the birth chart of that male native. Before going to study the self-signification and destiny, let us have a look at the general study. Let us check the 3, 9, 12 rulers and their strength and weakness in the birth chart. Lagna is falling in the Aries. Third cusp is falling in Gemini. And 9 is in Sagittarius and 12 in Pisces. So third lord, Mercury, posted in the first house according to the degree in the sign of Venus. Mercury in the sign of Venus, Venus is in the sign of Mercury. There is sign exchange between Mercury and Venus. That we have to keep it in mind. Third lord in the first house and second lord in the second house, but in the sign of Mercury. So that there is some sign exchange that will have some great impact. We will check that. Third lord posted in the Lagna, it is conjoined with the sun. Sun is fifth lord and conjoined with the moon, fourth lord. So third lord conjoined with fifth lord and fourth lord in the sign of Venus. So that is okay. But it is fourth house is indicating not much supportive, but it is Lagna lord, it is fine. And what do you call, not Lagna lord, fifth lord, it is fine. It is conjoined with that. And Saturn is the 11th lord and 10th lord Saturn. Saturn is aspecting to the third lord Mercury by 10th aspect. Saturn is aspecting to the Mercury third lord from the sign of Sun, aspecting to that. Sun is also conjoined with this. So Rahu is 10th lord, 11th lord aspecting third lord. It is good. And who is the 9th lord? Jupiter. 9th lord and 12th lord Jupiter also in the sign of Sun, that is posted in the 4th house. So 4 is connected. It is supportive for 4th house matters. It is not in the 3rd house. But still, that Jupiter is not aspecting to the 3rd house, but Jupiter is aspecting to the Lagna. And Jupiter is aspecting to the 9th house. That Jupiter is 9th lord, 12th lord, is conjoined with the 8th lord Lagna, Mars, and also Rahu also conjoined with the Jupiter. This is most important. Rahu, Karaga planet, is in the sign of Sun, representing Sun. That Sun is conjoined with Mercury, third lord. And that Rahu is conjoined with Jupiter, 9th lord, 12th lord, and also conjoined with Saturn, 10th lord, 11th lord. So 10th lord, 11th lord, 9th lord, 12th lord, and Lagna lord, 8th lord, they are all conjoined with the Rahu. So Rahu is getting all their supports. So 9th lord or 12th lord is connecting to the I mean, not directly to the third lord, but Rahu is getting the support of the ninth lord, 12th lord. Rahu represents sun is getting the support of this Mercury, but that is third lord. So 9th, 10th lord, 11th lord, it is giving its support to the Rahu also, support to the third lord also by way of aspect. That you can see Saturn is 10th lord, 11th lord is a free planet. Jupiter is 9th lord, 12th lord, that is also free planet. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets are free planets. And Mercury is, Mercury also a free planet. Mercury is third lord also a free planet. In the cuspal lordship itself, third lord free planet, ninth lord, 12th lord free planet, and 12th lord, which is ninth lord, 12th lord free planet, third lord, all are free planets. So their role is limited, but they are all giving support to other planet by way of conjunction and their Rasi. Importantly, Rahu getting all their supports. Ninth lord, 12th lord also influencing Rahu, and Rahu represents Sun, that is conjoined with the third lord. So that way all are connected. Saturn is 10th lord, 11th lord is giving support to Rahu also, Sun also, third lord also. So it is supportive for the professional prospect and also supportive for the profession connected to the abroad, right? So it is supportive for the travel abroad also. But you can see Lagna connected to 8th house and 12th house strongly. That also will give obstacles to the Lagna. So that is the general studies indicating. Now, two things we have to keep it in mind, that good key planets are all favorable key planets. Sorry, all are free planets, but they are all connecting to other planets by way of conjunction aspect, especially through the Rahu. So that way we have to keep it in mind. So it is supportive with some obstacle, but they are not directly, playing. They cannot play directly as a ruler because their level is they got the limitation because they are all free planets. Only when they are acting as a sublord for other planet, it can act, or they can give only through their supports. I think you are able to understand. So now let us go and check the self-significations. Now I already selected the event. Let me select the self-significator planet colors. Now let us examine the self-significators, and we will give the colors also. Let us start with the Lagna. Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 4th house. 184, it indicates weakness, but 9th sublord is good. So we can say this is mixed significator. It is favorable, 1 and 9 is good. Because of the 8 and 4, it is indicating some weakness, but being the 9th sublord and Lagna sublord, we can see it is favorable with some obstacles. So what we can do, Mars, we can give blue color, dark blue, which means, okay, it is favorable with the 9th cuspal sublord with some weakness, 8 and 4. Then 9th lord. 9th lord, 12th lord is occupying 4th house. That is not weak. 4th alone is indicating some weakness, but 7th star lord and 10th cuspal sublord, they are all supportive for the professional prospects through the 9th house, 12th house. Understand? Through the 9th house, 12th house means 9th house matters, 12th house matters are moving towards 10th sublord. It is the profession connecting to the abroad related thing that is favoring. So Jupiter definitely should be a good key planet. We can give light green. Because of the 4, I have given light green. But you can see this is a free planet, right? Then third lord. Third lord, 6th lord occupying Lagna, 8 and 12 cuspal star lord, and 6, 11 and 12 cuspal sublord. These are all very good house grouping. 8 star lord and 12 sublord, 12 star lord, it indicating some obstacles. That's all. But 3, 6, 1 and 12 star lord and 6, 11, 12 cuspal sublord is very good. So Mercury also we can give light green. Because of the 8, I am giving light green, or we can give dark green also otherwise. Now we have checked 1, 3 and 9, 12. Then we have to check the 10th Lord and 11th Lord Saturn occupying 5th house, 4th star Lord and 1 and 7 cuspal sublord. This is not having any favorable 3 or 9 or 12 houses, it is not having, but it is having 11th Lord. 5th house is supportive for abroad travel also, though it is not good to the professional prospect. 10th Lord, 11th Lord occupying 5. 5 alone will not be unfavorable for the job prospects. We have to keep it in mind. Since the abroad travel for the purpose of job, since 5 is not, in general, not good for the job, it is given under the red color. But you have to keep it in mind when you're going to study many charts in the job prospects or professional prospects, you will come across such charts also. 5 is indicating some weakness, but not unfavorable. If it is connecting to the combined with the other unfavorable houses, 8,000, 12,000 only, it will become unfavorable. Instead of that, it is having other favorable houses to the 10th house, 4th house, 1 and 7 are favorable. It is indicating some weakness, but not detrimental, not unfavorable. So this planet is supportive for professional prospects, favorable for professional prospect, and supportive for the travel abroad, because 11th Lord and 1 and 7 cuspal sublord, it is favorable. So we can say this is having favorable key planet, but not having the primary house. Still, we can choose this a good key planet. We can take Saturn as the blue planet because it is like a support favorable key planet. Now let us examine the next planet. 11th Lord we have found, and okay, Saturn we have studied now. Let us check the second planet of Saturn is Ketu, occupying 10th house, supported by the second planet Saturn. Both are supportive to the event of job, and also Saturn is supportive for both with some weakness. But Ketu occupying 10th house supportive for job prospects. So it is not denying. So we can also give Ketu blue because it is supportive for the job prospects. And Venus. Venus is second lord, 7th lord occupying second house, 1, 5, 9 star lord, 2, 3, 5, 8 cuspal sublord. 2, 2, 2, and 8. These significations are indicating weakness. But 7th lord, 1 and 9th cuspal star lord, and 3rd cuspal sublord, they are all favorable. But 2, 2, and 2 and 8 cuspal sublord are indicating weakness. Moreover, this 5 and 5 connected to 8 also not good for the professional prospects. Now, you can see Venus is having favorable 7, 1, 9, and 3rd cuspal sublord, and also unfavorable grouping also strongly present. So we cannot say Ketu Venus is completely unfavorable because of the favorable grouping also present, especially 3rd cuspal sublord. Unfavorable grouping also strongly present. So Venus will be a mixed planet. Please understand the colors, whatever I give, according to your perception, you can give any colors also, but you should understand what the color you have given for what purpose. Because same color is given to 2, 3 planets, you should be able to differentiate. Sometimes you will give one color for one planet, keeping in mind, oh, that planet is favorable or mixed or unfavorable, or it is moderate, we can give any color. But once you've given the colors, you can recheck those colors by comparative study. You can give another color also. Even now also can give, or later also you can give. That will be more useful. Okay, so now we have given Venus mixed one. Sun planet. Sun is 5th lord occupying Lagna, representing Rahu. Sun is having 5th lord occupying Lagna. It is good to the Lagna. And 5th house is also good house for the travel abroad. It is supportive house to the travel abroad. Though it seems to be not good to the job, but 5 and 1 is good to the Lagna. That to Sun itself is favorable. The second planet Rahu occupying fourth house, 311 star lord, it is good, supporting to this, and 4 is indicating some weakness. But 5 and 1, the first planet Sun, 5 and 1 is favorable, though it is not having third house or ninth house, 12th house, but it is good to the Lagna, having got 3 and 11. So Sun we cannot give light green, we can give blue. Blue we have given, it is favorable to the Lagna and also to the event also. It is supportive only because Lagna is playing. Since Lagna is playing, we can give, without any unfavorable, we can give, light green also. But since it is absence of the favorable houses, I am giving, because light green has been given only to the primary house rulers. So I am giving dark blue. Ketu also is given dark blue, but this is supportive and this is having Lagna. That is important. We have to keep it in mind. So we can change this Ketu significations color also. But anyway, let us read it as it is. If at all record, we will change it. Then Sun Rahu will let us check. Rahu, fourth occupant, 311 star lord and fourth sub lord. Please understand 3 and 11 is good. 4 occupant moving towards 3 and 11, but again 4 sublot. This is indicating not detrimental, but it indicating obstacles. Because 4th house is strongly present. It is talking about the homeland, or it is not much favorable for the abroad travel. It is supportive only to the job prospect, but this is not very good. That to 4 and 4. So Rahu definitely, because of this 3 and 11 are favorable. 4 and 4 is not good. Rahu also, like Venus, we can give pink, mixed one. So we are given all colors, then Moon is pending. Moon is fourth lord, occupying Lagna, 2 or 6, 10 cuspal star lord. This is favorable to the Lagna for the event of job. Fourth lord occupying Lagna 2, 16, but it is not having any favorable houses to the 3, 9, 12, or they are not present. Unfavorable house 4 is present, fourth lord occupying Lagna and 2, 16. It is supportive only, so we cannot take it as strongly unfavorable. Since Moon is having fourth lord, we can take it Moon not to give dark green, dark blue, because other good key planets also got the green color. When compared to Sun, Sun 5 and 1 is good to the Lagna, but this is 1 is fine, 2, 6, 10 is good to the Lagna and also to the event of job. But being the fourth lord, let us make Moon, we can make light blue. It is indicating some weakness is present and favorable houses are also not strongly present. So we can give light blue also, or blue also we can give according to your convenience. Only to differentiate between the other planets, I am choosing these colors within the favorable. I think you're able to understand, right? So now we have set colors. Such a study on the self-signification will give more experience in studying each planet strain, self-signification. That will give more information or more practice while we are studying each planet all levels. Left to right, instead of studying, we are going to study top to down. I think you are able to understand, right? So now we are on the home page. Now we have to check the destiny. Planet tables are bigger, so we cannot see all planets together. So what are the planets required? We will check now. Let me choose the destiny planet. Which is the destiny planet? 12th Lord, 3rd Lord Mercury. And 9th Lord, 12th Lord Jupiter. 9th sublord is Mars. So we have to check these planets. First, Mercury, 3rd Lord, 6th Lord, but 6 and 11 cuspal sublord. So let us check Mercury, how it is present in the rulers. Mercury in the star of Sun. Sun is supportive key planet because it is blue color, right? Actually, if you look at these significator, no light red, no red planets, but 2 planets are mixed when compared to other planets. These Venus and Rahu are the only 2 planets having got the unfavorable houses also along with that. So among that, Venus is a free planet, that is fine, and Rahu is not a free planet. Now, let us continue the Venus. Sorry, Mercury is good. As you are aware that Mercury is sign exchange with the Venus. Remember that if you check the natal chart, Mercury in the sign of Venus, Venus is in the sign of Mercury. So that whenever you're talking about Mercury, definitely that impact of the Venus also will be playing role as a supports. That we have to keep it in mind. So Mercury is good and Mercury itself is having weakness. So it is supportive for both favorable and unfavorable. Star Lord Sun is fine, supportive. 12 level also Sun, that is also supportive. And sublord is Jupiter, favorable key planet. So that sublord is strong. So destiny is supportive. Star level is not very good. We can say it is supportive to the Lagna. But if you see that Sun is posted in the Venus sign conjoined with the Mercury. So Mercury and Sun are conjoined. So that good key planet, Dasa Lord, sorry, destiny planet itself is supporting to the Sun. That it is good. So it is getting the ruler link from the Sun. Sublord is Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Sun only. So that Sun, Jupiter is passing ruler link to the Sun. So the star level planet Sun is getting the impact support from both the good key planets. Mercury and Jupiter are influencing the Sun, which is already having supportive to the Lagna and also to the event. Abroad travel. So Sun is, though it is not very strong, through the supports of the source and result, both are free planets. Sun is also becoming a strong, favorable key planet of the destiny. So destiny is supported, that is sure. And which are the favorable key planets of the destiny of this 12th sublord and the 3rd lord? Mercury, Jupiter, and Sun, because it is getting the impact of both the planets, Jupiter and the Mercury. Star Lord of the sublord is also supportive. So in the Dasa Lords, in Destiny planet, 12th sublord, Mercury is playing, Jupiter is playing, and Sun is becoming a favorable key planet of the destiny because it is getting the support of this Mercury and Jupiter. I think you're able to understand. Now we have to check the 9th sublord. 9th sublord is Mars. Let us examine the Mars. Mars is blue color planet because of the 8 and 4, but it is 9th sublord in the star of Ketu, right? So let me keep this one somewhere here so that can check if it all required. Mars in the star of Ketu and Ketu the star of Mars. All are blue. Saturn also blue. So the Mars is that the 9th sublord is not having that pink shade Rahu or Venus in its rulers. Unfavorable key planets are not playing role. Not unfavorable, mixed key planets are not playing role. In the Mars, it itself is not weak. It is supportive. So which are the favorable key planets it is having? Mars itself is favorable key planet with some weakness, and Mars is repeated here. Mars planet also the same, star lord of the star lord also Mars, and sublord planet is supportive for the professional prospects and also for the event of abroad travel, but there is no 3, 9, 12 significators, but we can check whether they are having that favorable key planet in supports. Mars is posted. Mars is conjoined with Jupiter. Let me open that North Indian chart also for the benefit of, just a minute, let me keep it here and let me keep it here. If you look at the Mars planet, Mars is in the sign of Leo. Mars is conjoined with the Jupiter, favorable key planet. So that way, Mars is getting the favorable key planets that Jupiter in it supports. Good. And Ketu represents Saturn. Ketu is opposed, it is Rahu is in Leo, means so Ketu in the Aquarius. So that Ketu also getting the aspect of the Jupiter. So Jupiter is there in supports, Jupiter is there in the supports, and sublord planet Saturn. Saturn also having Jupiter in supports. These Mars and Saturn are conjoined in the same sign. and Jupiter also in the same sign only. Sun again is coming. Sun is also is a supportive key planet. So the ninth sublord is in this through the star level sublevel having got good houses for the profession, and they are having the favorable key planet Jupiter in their supports, right? So that way ninth sublord is supportive. But strong favorable key planets are Jupiter also influencing these Mars Ketu, right? So that is more important. So the favorable key planets of the destiny is Jupiter, Mercury, and comes Sun is very strongly influenced by the favorable key planets, and of course Mars is also coming. So that we have already studied the favorable key planets of the destiny, and also destiny is also supportive for the same. I think you are able to understand. Now what we have to do, we have to check the Dasa Lord. So what are we have to keep it in mind. Jupiter, Mercury, green color planets are strong favorable key planets of the destiny. And the other favorable key planet is Sun, which should not forget. Sun is a good key planet ruling the destiny and also getting the impact of the Jupiter and Mercury both. So now let me clear all these things and let me check the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord, now the native is running Jupiter Dasa. Previously, the native was running Rahu Dasa. During Rahu Dasa only, that native was working, and also that Rahu Dasa supported for him to travel abroad. That we have to check whether Dasa Lord Rahu is favorable, for how far it is favorable, or it is having any weak significations or strong signification. We have to check their key planets also. Now let us check the Rahu. Just a minute. Yes. Rahu, if you check, if you look at the ruler of the Rahu, Rahu is mixed. Star level Ketu is fine, and 2A level Mars also fine. That is the one of the key planet, primary cuspal sublord planet. Venus is mixed one. Venus is in the star of Rahu, it is mixed. So the Dasa Lord is having the unfavorable key planets that are ruling the Dasa Lord. So to indicate Dasa Lord is having weak key planets in its rulers. Now, just I would like to, go back to the destiny. In the destiny, whether the destiny planet Mercury, 9th sublord or 12th sublord, and Mars, 9th sublord, and we forgot the 3rd sublord. 3rd sublord itself is Venus, no, in the star of this planet. Yes, 3rd sublord planet is having that unfavorable key planets, but whereas 9th sublord and importantly 12th sublord, these two are important key planets, are important cuspal sublord. They are not having straight away the Rahu or Venus in their rulers. Rahu is second planet only ruling. Venus also not playing role, and Rahu also not playing role straight away. It itself, destiny is indicating some weakness through the second planet, but not directly by the unfavorable key planet. So unfavorable key planet of the destiny, if you see this, we can say only Rahu, not Venus. Venus is not playing role. Rahu only is playing role as the second planet, and Venus is playing role not straight away, but Venus is sign exchange with the Mercury planet. So Mercury destiny planet, Mercury is having got the Venus in its supports, and Rahu in its second planet of the star Lord. So Rahu and Venus are indirectly present, not directly. So that way, that destiny is not unfavorable. It is supportive with some weakness. That we have to keep it in mind. Now the destiny is unfavorable key planet. That Venus not straight away present, Rahu is only present. So if you look at the Dasa Lord is having that Venus and Rahu in their ruler straight away. And it is having other favorable key planets also in the star level, and 2A level Mars itself is playing. It is indicating some weakness definitely, because Dasa Lord Rahu having some weakness. That is the unfavorable key planet of Dasa Lord is pink shade, and other unfavorable key planet is Venus. But you can see they are also having some favorable Mars also. It is present. And you check the Rahu. Rahu is, already we discussed, Rahu is having all the key planets. Jupiter is conjoined with that. Rahu is conjoined with Jupiter. Na? Rahu represents Sun. That Sun is a favorable key planet that already we discussed. That Sun is conjoined with Mercury. And Ketu is aspected by Jupiter. And Mars is also conjoined with Jupiter. Venus is sign exchange with Mercury. So it is, though unfavorable key planets are ruling the Dasa, they are also having the favorable key planets in their rulers and also other strong favorable key planets in their supports. Since destiny is favorable, though Dasa is having some mixed significator, Dasa is supportive for both favorable and unfavorable. It will support for travel abroad also. It will support for coming back homeland also. So depending on the Buddhi Lord, the Dasa Lord will give the effect. I think you are able to understand, right? Suppose this destiny planet, Mercury, in the star and sub of the Venus directly present. Rahu and Mercury, sorry, Rahu and Venus, if they are ruling the Mercury planet in the star level and sub level, then it will not favor for the long travel at all. Destiny itself is weak. But see, destiny is already supportive, though unfavorable are present in supports. That Dasa Lord, it is having supportive signification with strong unfavorable key planets also present with the mixed key planets. It is indicating it is going to be favorable for the event during the favorable Bukti, and it is going to give trouble to the event during the unfavorable Bukti. Right? I think you are able to understand. So that is what we are going to study now. Now let us check the Dasa Lord we have checked. Rahu Dasa, he traveled in one Bukti. For the first time, he traveled abroad in one Bukti. Actually, he was working, he started his career from, Rahu Dasa, Jupiter Bukti he started. And just a minute, let us check the periods also. Rahu Dasa, Jupiter Bukti, yeah, 21 years. He started his career from Rahu Dasa, Jupiter Bukti. So, the Bukti Lord, which Bukti Lord would have supported for the native to travel abroad for the first time? So Rahu itself is favorable, or Saturn, or Mercury, or which are the Ketu, which is the Bukti Lord which had supported under Rahu Dasa, which Bukti would have favored? First point is that what you have to keep it in mind, Bukti Lord should be strong. So Bukti Lord should be free from the unfavorable key planets of the Dasa Lord, right? And it should have the key planets of the Dasa Lord and also other favorable key planets, strong favorable key planets in its rulers. Because Dasa Lord is free from the Jupiter and Mercury in ruler. But it is having unfavorable key planet Rahu and Venus. The Bukti Lord should be free from the Venus and Rahu in their rulers. But it should have that Jupiter and Mercury in its rulers. Because the Bukti Lord should be stronger. Look at Jupiter. Jupiter is good. But if you look at sublord is Rahu, it is present. So that is the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord itself is the unfavorable key planet or mixed key planet that itself is ruling the Bukti Lord. It will not favor for travel abroad during its Bukti, though it is having favorable key planet. Next one is the Saturn. How is Saturn? Let us check now. Now let us study the Saturn. Saturn, yes, it is having Saturn in the star of Sun, all are favorable. They are all supportive key planets. It is free from Rahu or Venus directly. Rahu there for Sun, but Rahu is not directly playing. Sun is a good key planet, already discussed, because destiny planet is influencing the Sun. So Sun is a favorable key planet of the destiny that we already discussed, because Mercury is a destiny planet. Having got Sun, that is getting that support from both the good key planets, right? That we already discussed. Saturn is good. The problem is weakness is key planet is not there, but the problem is it is not having the favorable key planet Jupiter or Mercury in its ruler. Free from unfavorable is supportive, but absence of favorable strong key planet, that is not there. That the Lord itself is not having that strong favorable key planets directly, but since destiny is good, that key planet of the destiny planets are influencing the Dasa Lord, so that way it is supportive. But when the Dasa Lord is a mixed planet, Buddhi Lord should be stronger. You know that rule, right? So Saturn is supportive but not strong enough because of the absence of the favorable key planet, that is favorable strong key planet of the destiny. Now let us check the Mercury. Mercury is good, as we discussed. Mercury having both Mercury and Jupiter and star lord planet, already we discussed, all are favorable. Now, which are the favorable key planets of the destiny? Both are present. Which are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord? Also, we have to check whether favorable key planets of Dasa Lord. What is that? Sun is playing role. Ketu, Saturn, they are all favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. Ketu, Saturn, they are all playing, and Mars is also playing. So Mars is not playing role here directly, but Ketu, Saturn is playing, and Sun is playing role. And favorable key planet Mercury and Jupiter are present. Then what is the role of that Mars? So Mars, if it is there in support, it is enough, right? So when we cannot expect all the planets there, no. So if you check Mercury, if it is having that strong favorable key planets in the supports, we can see Mercury, we need Mars, no? Sun is having, whether Mars is, yes, Sun is having Mars here. Sun is having Mars here. Jupiter is conjoined with the Mars. So that Mars key planet of the Rahu Dasa, it is playing role in the supports. But you can see destiny planet itself, when it is favorable for the event during its Bugdi, definitely it will favor. Destiny planet itself is strongly having unfavorable mixed key planet displaying role, that the star level sublevel having a mixed, definitely during that period it will not favor for the event. Okay, so now Rahu Dasa, Mercury is stronger. So Mercury Bugdi favored for the event to travel abroad for the job, right? So now under Mercury, which antra would have supported? So because Dasa Lord is having some weakness, Mercury Bugdi is supportive, definitely is having good key planets. And during that Bugdi Lord Mercury, it needs some other favorable key planet, which is supporting for the native to travel abroad. So under Mercury, since the Dasa Lord, Mercury star level planet is getting the influence from the Mercury, Sun is the strong key planet, not very strong for the event of travel, but supported to the Lagna, getting the support from the Mercury and Jupiter. So Sun is becoming the favorable strong key planet apart from Mercury and Jupiter under the Mercury Buddhi. So the Antra Lord should have that Sun role strongly in its rulers and should be free from the unfavorable key planets in their primary ruler, right? Let us check Ketu in the star of Mars. Ketu, we are now checking the under Mercury Buddhi, Ketu Antara is going to be supportive. Ketu is okay. Star level is a key planet, but having got 8 and 4, and role of Sun, which is the strong key planet of the Mercury, is not playing role here. Sublord is Mercury is fine, but sublord Mercury, though it is fine, but it is having 8th house, 12th house, it is having 8 and 4, it is 8th house. So this grouping is indicating some obstacles and absence of the favorable Jupiter is not present here. So that is, it is indicating some weakness. But if you see Ketu, the star level good key planet, and sublevel Mercury is good key planet, Ketu will definitely will favor for the event. But under the Mercury, Ketu is not strong because Mercury is favorable other key planet Sun. Sun is not playing role here. I think you're able to understand, right? And that unfavorable key planet, that is Saturn, sorry, Mercury's 8th house, that is playing role at the sublord, it is also having some weakness. I think you're able to understand. Now, Venus. Next one is Venus. Venus itself is not strong enough, right? Venus is not strong enough to travel abroad under the Mercury Bhukti. Now, after Venus, Sun is coming. Sun in the star of all planets, Sun, and Rahu is at the sublevel, only at the sublevel. And star lord of the sublord is Ketu. So these three planets are good, and this Saturn, sorry, that Sun is the planet which is the strong, favorable key planet of the Mercury. Mercury in the star of Sun, star lord of the Sun. Sun is getting conjoined with the Mercury, and the Sun is also connected to the Jupiter because Jupiter is the sign of Sun only. That way, Sun is becoming a strong, favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord and also destiny also. So that Sun is playing role all levels. Sublord is having this weakness. I remember you go through that some lesson. I think lesson number 10, lesson number 10, 10 or 15. I forgot that. In the chapter number 2 in method of analysis, steps to be analyzed, step to be followed. I mean, important points to be understood, keeping in mind during the Dasa Bhukti Antara predictions. You go through that again. Antara Lord should have the key planets of the Bhukti Lord, and it can have some unfavorable key planet also, but it is favor, it can give its support to the Bhukti Lord because it is having the key planet of the Bhukti Lord. As Antara Lord, Sun can favor, though it is having some unfavorable key planet. It is having unfavorable key planet of the destiny, I mean Dasa Lord, but it is not, it is having the favorable key planet of the Bhukti Lord, but it is having the sublord is unfavorable. Please keep it in mind. Sun as Antara for Mercury can support, but Sun cannot act as the Bhukti Lord under the Rahu Dasa. It cannot favor for travel abroad. Because Bhukti Lord is having the unfavorable Rahu of the Dasa Lord. Rahu is acting as the sublord. So Sun cannot act as the Bhukti Lord under Rahu for the event, but Sun can act as the Antara for the Bhukti Lord, strong Bhukti Lord Mercury. Why Bhukti Lord is strong enough, it is enough, it needs some other Antara to execute. That Antara should have the key planets of the Bhukti Lord, that the Sun is playing role, though it is having some weakness at the sub-level, it is not a problem. It will favor for travel, and of course, it can also favor for coming back, or some coming back, it is not indicated because it is not talking about the, what do you call, sorry, that Venus is not playing role, but it will not favor for travel abroad during its Bhukti. But Sun can favor for travel abroad as Antara. I think you are able to understand this point. You have to keep it in mind. So, Rahu Dasa, Mercury Bhukti, and Sun Antara, the native during June 2007, that native travel abroad for the shorter duration. So because Rahu is having talking about 4 and 4, okay, it can favor for to come back also. It is not supportive for long stay because Dasa Lord is unfavorable key planet is playing role at this sub-level. To Antara, it is fine to execute the thing because Bhukti Lord is strong enough. I think we're able to understand this point, right? And so he traveled abroad and come back. After that, this Mercury Bhukti is over. Mercury Bhukti is over. Next Bhukti is what? Mercury Bhukti is over and Ketu Bhukti. Let us check whether Ketu, Rahu Dasa, Ketu Bhukti, whether it is favoring for the abroad travel. Yes, definitely Ketu will favor because Ketu, star lord Mars, and sublord Mercury, good key planet, they are all playing role. And good key planets of the Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, and they are all playing. Mars also playing role straight away here, right? And the Mercury is our other favorable key planet. So the Buddhi Lord should have the destiny's favorable key planets and Dasa Lord's favorable key planets, and it should be free from the unfavorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. Rahu and Venus should not be playing role in the Buddhi Lord. Yes, they are not playing like Mercury. And it should have the key planets of the strong favorable key planet. Mercury or Jupiter should be there. Yes, Mercury there in the sublord. Jupiter may be there. Jupiter is conjoined with Mercury in the supports, right? So, and Mars also conjoined with Jupiter. So Jupiter is present at the supports. And favorable key planets of the Rahu, that Ketu and Mars are playing role. So that is fine. Please just I like to recollect, under Mercury Buddhi, Rahu Dasa Mercury Buddhi, I said Ketu is not strong enough to act as the Antara Lord. Why? It is having Mercury. Already we discussed. Mercury having all key planets also playing role. Now it is able to give as the Buddhi Lord, it is able to support, but not as the Antara Lord. Why? That Mercury strong favorable key planet is Sun. That Sun is not playing role at the primary levels. Because of that, under Mercury, Ketu is not strong enough to act as the Antara Lord, because that Antara Lord to support it are also having some weakness at the star level 8 and 4, and sub level also having 8. It is having some weakness and free from the favorable key planets of the Buddhi Lord. Because of that, Ketu is not strong enough. Understand? But under Ketu not strong enough as Antara Lord under the Mercury Buddhi. But when Ketu Buddhi is running under Rahu, Rahu in the star of Ketu, that Ketu is in the star of Mars, supported by Mercury, is under Ketu Buddhi, strong enough to favor for the native to travel abroad for the job. Because 10 and 10 all are connected, so that is favoring. So he traveled abroad during Rahu Dasa, Ketu Buddhi, Ketu Antara itself. When the Buddhi Lord is strong enough to travel abroad, that Buddhi Lord, it can do its in own Antara, it can favor. Please, I would like to now to come back to Mercury. Under Rahu Dasa, Mercury Buddhi was favoring, like Ketu. But Ketu Buddhi, Ketu Antara did not favor travel for the job prospects. Why? Mercury is in the star of Sun. That Sun is supported to the Lagna, and that Mercury is giving support to the Sun, right? Star Lord is not having the favorable key planets of travel. Like here, Mars, 9 sublord, right? Supported by Mercury, 9 and 12 grouping are there in the planet, and star lord and sublord grouping are strongly favorable, despite some weakness. Because of that, this planet is looking for some other planets, some better planet to support. Sun is the better planet. So when Sun itself is coming, through the support, it is getting Mercury and Jupiter. So because of that, in one Mercury Dasa, Mercury Buddhi itself is not strongly. One more thing also there. Mercury is 6th Lord in this star of your planet, 5th Lord occupying Lagna. So this is indicating some weakness to the 6th house, but 3rd house supported by 5th house. It is having a mixed signification. So that way, that Mercury, thus Buddhi and Mercury Antara itself did not favor for the travel abroad for the job. But Ketu Buddhi, Ketu Antara itself favor. Right? I think you are able to differentiate. So when you are able to not understand, please repeat this video step by step and understand, and you will be able to follow. So Ketu Buddhi, Ketu Antara, Rahu Dasa, Ketu Buddhi and Ketu Antara, the native during February 2019, that native traveled abroad to Nigeria for the job. He got the job and he went there and he was staying there. Ketu is over, right? After Ketu, actually from Ketu, he got another job in Dubai. From there, Ketu then traveled to other place also. Anyway, he was there in abroad only. Now we are focusing on abroad travel, right? After that Ketu, he was running Venus. Let us check how is Venus. Venus Bhukti. Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti. Ketu is good. How is Venus? Venus in the star of Rahu, Ketu is fine. Again Rahu and Ketu is fine. So that way it is planet and star level both are having mixed significator. Same Rahu, star lord also, sublord also Rahu. Let us check the sub-sublord of the Venus. Venus sub-sublord is Saturn. Saturn is okay. It is a supportive key planet. So that way it is not again sub-sublord is not Rahu or Venus. So that way it is fine. So this is not good, right? Planet is talking about 2 and 8, 4 and 4 and 4 straight away. Unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord itself is playing role at the star lord and sublord, 2 levels. And source planet itself is the Venus. So definitely during Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti, the native will find difficulty in staying there in abroad. During that unfavorable antra, the native will come back. Why it is unfavorable antra? Venus in the star of Rahu having some mixed significance. All are mixed, not detrimental, right? So that Venus is having the sign exchange with the Mercury. Mercury is present, favorable key planet, and Rahu having got Jupiter in support. So they are all giving some support for the native in Venus Bhukti to retain there. But during that unfavorable antra, no other way that native has to lose the job and come back. Why losing the job? 5, 8 are strongly playing role and coming back to the homeland. 2 and 8, 4 are strongly present. So during that Venus Bhukti, Rahu Antra is not weak, right? Rahu Antra is not weak, na? And I'm sorry, not Rahu Antra. I mean Sun Antra. Venus Bhukti, Sun Antra is not weak. After that, Sun, what is running? Moon Antra. Moon Antra is having any weakness because it is not having any Rahu or Venus in its rulers. And Mars is not having any Venus or Rahu in the rulers. Then comes Rahu Antra itself. So that is definitely not going to be favorable. So Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti, Rahu Antra, the native, especially, which antra, that which Sukshma, Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti, Rahu Antra. In after Rahu, then you can see Mercury Sukshma has come. Mercury is under the influence of the Venus itself. So during this period, the native lost job and returned homeland. Understand? So that way, the key planet of the Dasa Lord is ruling in the Bhukti Lord. That Bhukti Lord, under that same Dasa Lord, when it is acting as the Antra Lord, it favored. Here you can see that Venus itself is the sublord. It is indicating returning back to the homeland, losing the job and coming back. So Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti, Rahu Antra, he lost the job. Understand? No? So that way we have to see the importance of the key planets of the Dasa Lord. After Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti he came. Na? After that, Sun Dasa was running. Sorry, Sun Bhukti was running. Rahu Dasa, Venus Bhukti, he lost the job and came back. After Venus Bhukti, Sun Dasa was running. Sorry, Sun Bhukti was running. Rahu Dasa, Sun Bhukti. Whether Rahu Dasa, Sun Bhukti favored the native to go abroad. He was working, that is fine, but whether it is favoring for abroad travel, no. Why? Sun is having the Rahu in its sublord, and that is the unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, and also not having the favorable key planet Mercury or Jupiter in its rulers. Remember when I was telling about Sun, I was telling for the first travel, Mercury Bhukti, Sun as favored for the travel abroad as Antra, As Antra, Sun is okay under Mercury Bugdi, but as a Bugdi Lord, Sun is not strong enough. So Bugdi Lord is stronger. Normally, what we'll think, so under Sun Antra, he traveled abroad. So under Ragu Dasa, Mercury Bugdi, Sun Antra, he traveled abroad. So under Ragu Dasa, Sun Bugdi itself is coming. So definitely Sun should favor. Na? That way normally we'll think. But that is not the case. Please understand that that is called a pilt connection. If you do not understand pilt connection, that Dasa Bugdi effect, that source effect and result combination, then we will not be able to understand. So now unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, Rahu is playing role here. That is not going to favor to travel abroad during its period. Right? Now, Moon. Look at Moon. Moon is fine. Star Lord is okay. And Sun and Sublord also fine. And Star Lord of the Sublord is Mars playing at the last level. So this Moon is not having that Rahu or Venus in its ruler, that is fine. But Moon is having favorable key planet. Jupiter or Mercury are not straight away playing. But other good key planet of Rahu is Mars. That is playing role, but not at the source effect level, but only at the last level. So that we have to keep it in mind. So let us check whether it is possible to support during that Rahu Dasa Moon Bhukti. But one more thing also you can see, Moon is conjoined with Mercury, that is fine. But Moon is fourth lord, free planet and fourth lord. To study from the source, fourth lord is not strong, right? Occupying Lagna is fine, but fourth lord being the fourth lord, it is having some weakness in initiation. Look at the Mars. Mars is Lagna lord, eighth lord, occupying ninth house, but ninth sublord. This is mixed one, but primary cuspal sublord and Lagna lord. Source is okay. And star level is Ketu and Mars again playing, and sub-level Saturn, our other favorable, supporting key planets, and star lord of the sublord is Sun is also playing. So now Mars is already said, Mars is conjoined with Jupiter. All the key planets are connected to this that we already discussed, right? So that need not check Jupiter is present or Mercury is present. Mercury and Jupiter are not playing role for these planets, like Mercury and Ketu are having that Mercury and Jupiter, but Moon or Mars are not having the Jupiter or the Mercury, but they are having the Mars, other key planet. And they are not having the unfavorable Rahu or Venus in rulers, right? So that Moon is having that fourth lord, that is one weakness. But Mars is having eighth lord, fourth occupant, only in the source, and Lagna and ninth sublord is good. Star level is good, and 12 level again is coming, and sub level also fine. So Mars is favorable under Rahu Dasa. Under Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi will favor for long travel. Then the Moon, because Moon is fourth lord in the star of a planet having got 4, and it is present, it is indicating some weakness at all levels are present, though it is to second planet of the rulers. But being the fourth lord, it is getting the support indirectly. This is weak, right? But it is having favorable, definitely it is having favorable sublord at the Mars at the last level. It is having good key planet that Mars is at the last level. It will form ruler link because Sun is having Mars in its supports, because Mars is in the sign of Sun only, right? So that way it is all present. But the problem is what? The source is not good. But Bugdi Lord Mars is having Lagna Lord and ninth sublord is good. So that way Mars Bugdi under Ragu Dasa, it is favorable. But under Ragu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, under, let me write it down. Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, Dasa Bugdi, which Antra will be favorable? What is the rule? The Antra should have the key planet of the Bugdi Lord. Which are the favorable key planet of the Bugdi Lord? Of course, Mars is repeated. Though it is having some weakness, Mars is the favorable key planet of the book the Lord. So that we have to keep it in mind. Other than that, what are the other favorable key planet? Saturn, Ketu, Sun are all playing, right? Ketu, Saturn playing, and Sun. So Mars and Ketu, Saturn or Sun, if they should have. Jupiter or Mercury, if they are present, it is well and good, because that is a favorable key planet. But other favorable key planet, that is Mars, should be there in the Antra. If you see which are the planets are having the Mars and having got good key planet, Mars should be there, as I said, na? And also it should be free from our Rahu, because Rahu is the unfavorable key planet. No, if it is free from the Rahu and also having got the favorable Mars in its rulers, definitely it will favor. If you look at that, if you look at the planets, then under Mars Buddhi, Rahu Antra will not favor. Jupiter Antra is fine, but Jupiter is having Mars only at the 12 level, and but Rahu is present at this sub level. It is having weakness. Saturn is fine, but it is not having Mars. It is not having the Mars. That is not good. And Mercury is, as we discussed, Mercury, this is very good only, but it is also free from Mars, because Bukti Lord Mars is strongly playing. That role is important in Yantra. So that is not present here. And Ketu having star Lord Mars and sub Lord Mercury. So that way it is present at the effect level. So that star level. So let us keep Ketu. And Ketu, we can choose Ketu because it is having the Mars. Venus is no, Sun is no, and Moon, star level, and it is having Mars at the sub level, star lord of the sub lord. This Ketu having Mars, that is fine, and Moon is also having Mars at the last level. Obviously, second level planet, key planet is good only under Mars, but the weakness in Ketu and Moon, when compared to the Moon and Ketu, which is strong. Star level planet having got this 8 and 4 is got some weakness, right? Because Mars is the good key planet, but also having 8 and 4. This role is important in the Antra, but if it is there in the primary level, it can give some obstacles also. That is one point, right? As Antra Lord. And you can see that important key planets, Saturn, Ketu, and Sun. Ketu, Saturn, and Sun only at the last level. So that way, that Ketu, Saturn role is present, and Sun role is only at the last level. And what else? You compare this Ketu and Mars, Moon, which is comparatively better. To execute the thing, Ketu in the star of Mars, it is having some weakness, 8 and 4 supported by 8, as acting as the Antra for the Mars. Unfavorable key planet significator for the travel abroad is Mars. It is favorable and also having 8 and 4. It is ruling at the star level, having some weakness, but whereas Moon is not like that. Moon in the star of Sun and 12 level is Sun, sublord is Ketu, all are having supportive key planet, and Mars at the last level. Role of Mars is present, but its weakness is not strongly present. That way, during that Mars Buddhi, Moon Antra, the native travel abroad, not in the Ketu Antra. Ketu is strong enough to act as the Buddhi Lord, but it is not strong enough to act as the Antra. Understand? So that way, this planet, he traveled abroad during that Rahu Dasa, and Mars Buddhi and Moon Antra. This planet, this grouping, the native traveled abroad to Singapore, and now even in Jupiter started. So then Mars is over, then Jupiter is running. Look at Jupiter. How is Jupiter? Jupiter is good, star level is good, and sub level is Rahu is getting some weakness, but sub level, star order, sublord is fine. Now Jupiter we will see that, sir, Dasa Lord is good, but sub-level planet Rahu is having some weakness. Yes, but look at the destiny planet, Rahu role is not there. Destiny is not strongly influenced by the Rahu. So that Rahu is playing at the sub-level. Here, Dasa Lord Rahu itself in this having that Venus sub-level. So Rahu present, Venus and Rahu repeated. So when compared to this role is less. And moreover, role of Venus is not playing, and Jupiter is the favorable strong key planet forming ruler link to the Rahu, because Jupiter is conjoined with the Rahu. So that way, Rahu, some weakness are being managed or supported by the Jupiter. So the native Jupiter that is still living in abroad without any problem is doing his professional prospects there in the abroad itself. So I think you're able to understand the impact of the destiny planets, destiny, dasa, Bugdi and Antra, how they are connected to each other. And then when Dasa changes, then, Bugdi changes, the same Bugdi which is not strong enough can act as the Antra. So that all these things we discussed. You please kindly go through this video again and you can try for yourself, then you will understand. Otherwise, I actually forgot to show that this also. I should have shown that. If you look at the significations of the Dasa Lord, suppose Rahu, we are talking about Rahu. Whether Rahu is strong enough to support for the job abroad travel, look at Rahu signification, 4th occupant, Ketu is 10th occupant, sublord is Venus 272, and star lord of the sublord, if you take also only Rahu. Right? Even if you take extended signification, we'll have some supports. And Mars is the 2A level planet having got 9 sublord. Venus is having 3 and mixed significator, right? So only with this we can see some supports are there, and importantly in support planet, Rahu having got Jupiter in supports, and Ketu aspected by Jupiter, and Sun representing the Sun, Rahu is conjoined with the Mercury, and that Venus planet is sign exchange with the Mercury, good key planet. Only that way only we can identify. If you look at only this planet, we will not be able to identify. If you look at Mercury Bugdi, yes, Mercury 3, 6, 1 and 5, 1, all are supportive. Sublord is 9, 12, it is favorable. So Mercury can favor for the travel abroad, we can say that, right? If you look at Ketu, in which period he traveled abroad. Ketu, 10th occupant, Mars 184 is not good. Sublord is 361, it is supportive. We cannot say it is favor for the abroad travel because third house only is present. No 9 and 12 is there if you take only CL and OCC. Definitely, we will not be able to come to understanding whether Ketu will favor for the Ragu Dasa. Under Ragu Dasa, Ketu Bugdi. Ragu Dasa itself, whether it is going to favor, we will not be able to understand. We already discussed. Then, in the Mars Bugdi, again he traveled. Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 4th house and 10th occupant, and sublord is 10, 11 and 5. So if you look at these houses, it is not having any 3 or 9 or 12 houses. There is no 3 only there in sublord. There is no other 9 and 12. But how come Mars, he traveled abroad and stayed there, for still staying there for long duration? So it is all depending on the key planets or good key planets or free planets, and their roles are limited. They are all influencing the destiny planet by way of support that too Rahu is playing, and those planets also having supportive planet for the profession and also to the Lagna. That way, they are able to understand. They are able to, give the support during that period. And moreover, importantly, when we check the destiny is favorable. So that way, we are able to understand destiny is supportive and it is not having any strong weakness. And Dasa Lord is having the key planet of the destiny in its supports. That way, we are able to understand Dasa is favorable for travel abroad, and also it will not favor for the long stay. As he said, Ragu Dasa, Venus is a strong unfavorable. In Venus Bugdi, sublord is Rahu itself. The same Ragu Dasa, Venus Bugdi, Rahu Antra itself, the native come back. After that, he left only in Moon. I think you're able to understand. So I tried my best to explain And when I was telling, sometime I would have misused the word. Instead of Rahu, I would have said Jupiter and all. Sometime, excuse for that. And you please follow this video again and again. It's a very important chart where you can identify the importance of the built connections and importance of the key planets. I think you're able to understand. We will meet in the next example. Good luck.